Welcome to the video. This is the February Q&A. Every month we make a post on our Patreon for our patrons who ask us questions. At the end of the month we answer them in a Q&A video, and this video is for the month of February. So that's why you're watching it in March. If that makes sense.
Yeah, because we needed to like leave all of the post up for the whole of February so everybody could ask questions. It's dope.
So we got some questions to go through. Is there any particular order you want to go through these, or just how we have them listed?
I figure we'll go through the document. We'll talk about some of these. We'll chat about it. And we'll get to work. Also, I apologize for the quality of my voice, audience. I got the Rona, and it's not fun.
Don't apologize for the quality of my voice. I apologize for how I'm going to say these names that I'm reading through now, and I didn't think to try and say them out loud beforehand, so...
I apologize for nothing.
RIP.
I apologize for the sound of my voice. I unfortunately can't do a lot about my accent.
Yeah, that's... it's really bad. I don't like it at all. Also,
I thought that was just
Matt,
Gavin.
If you ever want to, just Gavin. If you ever want to toss a username to me, I can attempt to say it because I've attempted to say all of these at some point.
Gotcha. Yeah, no worries. Okay, so the first one looks like is from Danosaur. For the players, that's us. Aaron, get out of here.
Shit.
It says 1A. Why did you choose the starter you did? Like the look, overall favorite? Like, what was your reason for doing that? And the second part of that question was also, if they are able to evolve, will you let them? Who wants to go first?
I can take this one.
Go for it.
So, for me, picking Starly, which is not any starter, like that has never been a starter in any Pokemon game.
I mean, it basically is for certain people, though, right?
Yeah. It was basically because one of my fondest memories from playing Pokemon was this one playthrough of Pokemon Diamond from my childhood, where I basically got my starter, went out, the first Pokemon I caught was a Starly, and then I didn't touch my starter for like most of the rest of the game. And that Starly was my starter, really. And Starly kicks ass. I don't know what to tell you. Flying types fucking rule.
You know, I would disagree with you, but I've watched episode 6. I've seen what happened. I've watched episode 8. I saw what happened there too. Some shit goes down.
Starly kicks ass. Ava kicks ass, and that's why Starly is my starter. And would I let Ava evolve? Well, I already did. So
that's it. Capping out.
I did it just to flex on someone. I don't know what to tell you.
That would have been hilarious if you got like clapped in that battle.
If you evolved and then that almost happened though. I almost one-shot you in that battle, right? We got you to like 2.5 major wounds.
Yeah.
Because it was.
I also came out with like a crit.
Yeah, everybody crit in that battle. That was also before we changed how crits worked.
Speedy fight.
Yeah,
I think the fact that I had the speed and I was going first that really won that for me. But yeah.
Ugh.
Nice. I'll go next. I picked Squirtle because Squirtle's the dopest fucking Pokemon ever.
Someone has to have a Kanto starter.
I mean, actually, there's a bit of real life nostalgia for me with Squirtle. So the first Pokemon game I ever played was Pokemon Blue. I accidentally stole it from my cousin. So sorry. My cousin came over to my house and we played my Game Boy. And he was like, I have Pokemon Blue. Do you want to play? So we put it in my Game Boy. And he never took it back. So I just had his Pokemon Blue. And
it was a gift.
My starter was Squirtle. And I took Squirtle all the way to the end. Yeah, so my first ever Pokemon was Squirtle. Will I let Squirtle evolve?
I have 2 copies of Pokemon Leaf Green for like the same reason.
Yeah, that makes sense.
My friend brought it round and lent it, and never took it back. So.
What Kenna's actually unaware of is this has been like a 20-year sting operation waiting for her to say it, and now we have her. We got you. We're taking you to prison now.
You know what? Lock me up. Free food. It's whatever. Will I ever let Squirtle evolve? Yes. But it will be at the opportune moment.
Tune into episode 13, guys.
Fucking cool happens. when it is characterally driven for Myrtle is when I will let her evolve.
That makes sense. And now Matt, you up.
I like Totodile a lot. I think when I was younger, I played through. My siblings had like red and blue version, but I was the youngest, so in that game I had to pick Bulbasaur because you can't pick the same starter as your siblings apparently. And then whenever Silver and Gold came out, I got Silver version. That was my first game that I had on my own. My sister had Crystal, and then my brother had Gold, and I picked Totodile on that one. And I'm a really big fan of how Feraligatr looks as a Pokemon because just aesthetically, he's big.
Dope aesthetic.
Will I let Bowie evolve? Yes, but like he's cool on my shoulder. When he goes into his second form, he's just bigger, and I can't shoulder that. Like maybe I had to be like, Coryne, can you carry him for me? Because I can't anymore.
I could try.
But probably, I mean, he's doing pretty good on his own. I think as he is small. But we'll see. He may evolve later down the road, but for now, I'm just kind of vibing with that as it is. But yeah, I like Totodile a lot as a Pokemon.
Frickin' Croconaw is the size of a small child, rocking it at 3'7", 55 pounds.
He chunk.
Yeah, large. You cannot shoulder Croconaw.
Ooh, counter question though, Aaron. What would you have for your starter?
And we're assuming that we're going with the rules that I gave you guys, which is,
Of course.
hey, we're starting in Kanto. Can you stick to something, either Kanto or Johto? Of course, Burrty got to ignore that rule because he was the one who dibs the out-of-region character first. But if we're going with that standing, there's actually some, like... Okay.
Voltorb? Really?
Voltorb is not where I would have gone. However, you guys are going to be surprised because I would actually... If we're saying that I'm going something Kanto Johto... Because Spheal was my baby. I would have gone Spheal if I was allowed anything. But if we're going Kanto Johto, I actually probably would have either gone Cyndaquil as a starter or Bellsprout. Because I love Bellsprout so fucking much.
Bellsprout would be much more fitting.
I love Bellsprout
you should pick Bellsprout
so much as a Pokemon.
That's good.
If something happens to Gavin, I'm coming back as someone with a Mudkip.
As a Bellsprout?
You are the Mudkip.
You will actually die.
I'll kill you.
So the second question from Dinosaur was, is there a certain Pokemon you're hoping to have join your party over the course of the campaign?
Oh, man.
I have plans. I can't talk here because I have spoilers and plans for all of you.
No! You could hint!
Nah. Actually, you know what? Something that is said in an unreleased episode, but it is a statement that I have stated, is that I have dragon types planned for all of you at some point.
Ooh.
I've mentioned this before.
Oh.
I mean, for Gavin, like, a legendary bird would be very cool to have on the team.
Shut the fuck up! Hi, I'd like an Articuno.
You one-shot it, Kenna. I'd like an Articuno, please.
Yeah, man.
Flying ice type, unbeatable. I'm sorry.
It's very beatable, but you know,
It's actually super beatable.
super beatable.
Good lord.
Yeah, I feel like are we saying like a legendary Pokemon we'd want to have join, or just any type of Pokemon? That's not
all Dan mentioned was a certain Pokemon that you're hoping to join your party over the course of the campaign. So this is it opens it up.
That's tough. Obviously, like my favorite Pokemon of all time is a Mudkip, specifically Marshtomp, but I am very, very water centric as a trainer as it is. But I don't know. That's a tough one.
I think I would love two immediately pop into my head with that question. I would love to attain a Cubone.
Ooh, that's good.
That's a good one.
I fucking love Cubone.
Little sad emo
Marowak,
boy.
like I love Marowak and Cubone.
I would take a Gengar. That would be the.
Oh yeah.
That'd be just the out there, not of my type that I play with normally. Yeah.
Oh, this is one that I recently discovered, and I sent it to our Snapchat group when I discovered it.
Yeah. It's a great little dude.
What's the name of it? It's named after the Shield Wall formation.
Yep. I don't remember its name either. It's I only found out about it when we were playing Scarlet and Violet, but apparently it's existed since well before then. What is the name of the Pokemon? No, it's the little red and yellow like line of dudes. It looks like a centipede, but then you realize it's a bunch of individual little guys.
Phalanx.
I want a Phalanx. Because, I mean, I like any Pokemon that are themed after, like, knights and stuff, or, like, swords and things. Although, I've never played Sword and Shield. But yeah, when I discovered Phalanx recently, I screamed, and I want a little army of little dudes with shields.
What did that sound like?
Ah.
I don't think I audibly screamed. I think I lost all breath for a moment. I was like,
Well, the thing is, here you go, Kenna. This is a Phalanx. I've just sent it in the chat, and we'll post it on screen. If for anyone who doesn't know what a Phalanx looks like, it's just a little line of dudes. He's so fucking cute.
That's the Mario caterpillar. What are you talking about?
And then
it is that.
And the one in front, the little boss man with the mohawk, is called the Brass, and they all have to do what the Brass says.
Oh my god!
And I'm imagining scenes with Gavin, and he has to like negotiate with them as a unit, and he has to talk to their spokesman every time they want to.
Yeah, they're in a union.
They are definitely unionized.
I do want to shout out real quick for this question, because I feel like this is a question that might be a natural follow up for the audience. Is all of these are possible, by the way. Even though we started in Kanto and Johto, I have talked to players about potentially getting out of region Pokemon that would not normally make sense in Kanto, because ultimately, at the end of the day, this is our power trip where we get to write our own fan fiction via Pokemon. So, like, I'm gonna give them cool Pokemon because obviously, if that makes sense. Anyway, sorry about that, Matt. You want to take it to the next
one? Final question was about the game from Dinosaur. How does evolution work? From what I can tell, there aren't the standard 100 levels for the Pokemon. As far as you know.
So I'm actually
I don't know what it's supposed to mean.
I'm going to connect this to a question that we have later on the list from Kobe Cruz, who says, how do we rank up Pokemon, so to speak? What determines rank? So essentially, in the normal Pokemon games, there are 100 levels. That's way too much to keep track of in a TTRPG game. That would be annoying to try and track that every single round. So instead, what we did was we took all 100 levels and we basically split them up into 10 groups, ranks 1 through 10. So levels 0 through 9, it's rank 1, levels 10 through 19, rank 2, and so on and so forth. And Pokemon can earn experience from training. So there's like a downtime activity called training where like in the middle of like different weeks or days, they can choose to train. From traveling, they earn experience. From doing battle with other Pokemon, they do experience. And essentially, they hit a certain experience threshold, and then they reset back to 0. And every time they reset, they rank up. And evolution works by hitting the appropriate rank. So I believe it was Gavin hit his rank 2 for Starly, which would have been the equivalent to level like 17 or 18. And I forget when Starly actually evolves. But that was the moment that he needed in order for his Starly to evolve into Staravia. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Yeah.
And it's scaled the same.
Yeah, exactly. It's scaled the exact same as the levels in the game, just simplified to ranks 1 through 10 versus the 100 levels.
Level 14.
Specifically, how do evolutions work? You get to basically choose. Once your Pokemon has hit the prerequisites, it's up to you as a player when the Pokemon actually evolves.
Yeah. Because we have a couple of Pokemon right now that could, if they wanted to, I think both Myrtle and Bowie, if they wanted to, could both pull the trigger and evolve, but you guys have not yet done that.
It's all about theme and thematics.
Gotta be character motivated.
Did you say who had asked that rank up question? Just to give that
yes,
credit?
I did.
Word. Okay, cool.
I respect you guys being like, it's not right for my character yet, but for Ava's character, she's like, if I can be bigger and stronger now, why would I wait till later?
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Yours is totally character driven. Are you kidding me?
And that's what I really wanted was like, as much as the world of Unbeatable is influenced by the anime and the manga and the games, the anime, I think, definitely is one of those things that fueled our imagination as kids playing the games. So having those moments of like the very cinematic, oh my god, my Pokemon is going to evolve to win this battle or save my life or do something cool, I think is definitely something I wanted in the game. So that's why you can pick whenever you want to evolve your Pokemon once they have the prerequisite.
Okay, next set of questions is coming from Scylla Cosmeister.
Yes.
Cosmeister? is what I said the first time. I didn't say anything else. And they had said, let me see if this is actually a question. Good to see that someone's asking the question about why we already did that. Okay. Okay, 1 for the players. That's us. Without any spoilers to any story beats, what inspired your characters, both personality and appearance wise, and what is the one little known fact about them that you enjoy? I can go first. I know my stuff already.
Yeah, you go.
Okay. I like Brock a lot. I like the idea of being a dude that can chef it up in the kitchen, and then also like take care of Pokemon at the same story thing. And I also like Misty a lot. So I just made those 2 people into one person. And that's how you get Seth. And then something that is a little known fact, which I think is a little known fact because he doesn't bring it up a lot, but Seth sucks at technology, and it's great. I love it very much. That's my fun little like. I'm personally okay with technology, but I like the fact that like if I see a computer, it's not going to go well, and I make that a point to try and just sprinkle that in every little spot that I can as much as possible, but not outwardly say it. Just pretend like I should know what I'm doing, but I don't. It's fun.
That is one of my favorite bits that we have going on throughout the show, and like. For those of you who are on the Patreon or watch through, who are going to get to see this a little bit faster than everybody else, there are some moments in upcoming episodes with Seth and technology that are, I would love a supercut of those at some point. Seth versus the machines.
Incredible. You want to go, Gavin?
I guess.
I
guess it's not going to take me long to tell you that Gavin is a self-insert. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
What? Huh? That's crazy.
There's a great deal of myself in Gavin, except my dad is very nice. And
thank God.
And Gavin's isn't, because gotta put some spice into that story.
Spice.
So, what inspired your character's personality and appearance-wise? So, appearance-wise, again, very self-inserty, but it was basically, I wanted to be able to cosplay Gavin without a great deal of effort. So, Gavin is almost entirely, like, his outfit is made almost, I looked in my wardrobe and was like, what would I wear as a trainer out of the clothes that I have?
Yep.
I don't have a grey bandana.
All in episode 1.
I did, yeah. I don't have a grey bandana. I don't have a red neckerchief, but that is it. I have the rest. I don't have Pokemon shoes either. But I can acquire those things if we ever like do a convention.
That's the whole fit. It's the Pokemon shoes.
I have the hoodie and the jeans. I don't know.
And the like weird strappy bit that goes around
shoes
the middle.
maketh the man.
Have you mentioned what you used for the strappy bit that Gavin has on his character design that you wore?
I used the actual strap from my bag, from my messenger bag. I just took the bag part off.
Yeah, just over yourself the whole episode.
Yeah. So that's what inspired the appearance. Fun fact about Gavin. What is a fun fact about Gavin? He's a bit of an oversharer, apart from when it comes to his family.
Gavin actually hates waffles.
Gavin loves.
I think you're a bit of an oversharer, especially when it comes to the Jennies too. So much. Too much even.
Little known fact about Gavin: unparalleled Riz. Well, nearly unparalleled Riz. D12. D12 Riz.
Nearly unparalleled.
Tell that to Anne.
The immediate.
Tell that to Anne.
Was the
nearly one down from unparalleled. Unparalleled intellect, apparently.
Fucking galaxy brain Gavin over here.
Galaxy
all
brain
intellect got
no
shut
education
down from one conversation with Nurse Joyless.
20 intellect, D6
Anne?
Education.
I want you to know that I have rolled for the personality of all of the rest of the Joys, and oh wow, Joyless is just the start, guys. Joyless is just the start.
I'm so excited.
It is funny because we've only been to 2 different towns. It felt like we've been to 16 different ones, but, you know, that's just...
Pallet Town was very traditional, and then Viridian was Joyless, and we'll get to more of that later.
Aaron just got the 7 dwarfs up, and then he's just assigned each of those to a gen.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. No.
Stop. Did I just no-scope that?
That's not what happened, but you're not very far off.
Incredible.
I can't wait to meet the furious one.
Oh, I'm not looking forward
angry
to that.
all the time. I can't wait.
A Pokemon comes in with a bandit. How dare you do this? Get your Pokemon away from them.
Little known fact about Gavin is Gavin was raised in a big city and then, due to life events, had to live in a small little village for a lot of his formative years, and he hated it. And he's finally getting to live
for you?
Pallet Town was too close to home. It was a little bit bigger than where he is, but it wasn't big. It wasn't as big as where he grew up.
No, the city he grew up, we're not going to hit any of those till much later in the campaign unless things happen that move you guys around.
Anyway, that was a really long answer.
Yeah, it was. Anyway.
Can I go?
I loved that answer. I thought it was really good. All right, so, Coryne. Corinne's personality is definitely a lot of a self-insert of myself, but Corinne's look, honestly, an amalgamation of things that my eyes have consumed. Let's see. I did recently, so there was a character that I made for D&D whom I absolutely loved and did not want to let go of. And if you watched the Shazam channel, her name was Audra, and she was a Genasi pirate. She was badass and tough, and she had big muscles. And kicked major ass. So I kind of took a lot of Audra and put her into Coryne as well. Yeah, so that's kind of where the vibe is. Let's see. Something a little fun. Oh, it hasn't come up in game. I don't know if it ever will. We'll see. We'll see what Aaron throws at us. Coryne freaking loves to dance, man.
Yup.
Loves to dance and
we haven't had time to hit the clubs yet. When we get to the terrorism. Yeah, on account of the terrorism, we haven't hit the clubs yet. But you know what? It's good to remember. See, the thing is, I'm excited about at this point. Oh, you know what? Episode 12 is what came out most recent, right? For when we're recording this.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for the patrons, there's an event on Seafoam City that is going to put them there for a decent chunk of time. I think that there's going to be a lot of hijinks related to the age of these characters when we get there. I'm excited for these players to be playing 18-year-olds in a bigger city. I'm excited to throw things at them.
Probably the first time Gavin gets drunk.
Maybe that might happen.
So
won't be the first time Gavin gets mugged.
That's what I was gonna say. Aaron, can you answer this question for Vermilion?
Oh, for Vermilion? Yeah. So essentially, what happened is Vermilion as a character. So I think I did this entirely unconscious. Like I didn't do this on purpose at all. But every single one of my friends pointed this out after we like did the first couple episodes with Vermilion. We have a very good friend named Val, and I love him. He's great. Val is awesome. But I think I accidentally modeled everything about Vermilion off of our friend, other than appearance, off of our friend Val. If you want to look him up, he's the Nerdy Niffler on like social medias and stuff. It's great. Vermilion's personality is just like tiny, creepy NB gremlin, and I really appreciate the vibe of Vermilion. In terms of aesthetic, it was just like, well, I have a backstory for this character. Let's just like go all in. And I was like, let's take the weird like gremlin strappy like black outfits, and we're gonna do like bright colored hair, and we're gonna give platform boots, and yeah, Vermilion just kind of came from all of those things together.
Again,
so hot
besides the hair,
little known fact.
Yeah.
Besides the hair, you're just describing Val.
Again, yeah. It's just Val, you know. And Val, if you watch this, we love you.
And little known fact.
Oh, little known fact about Vermilion?
Yeah, anything.
Little known fact about Vermilion. Vermilion has 2 living parents.
Same.
That's actually huge.
Yeah, there you go. There's information
That's
you did not.
Not really.
Wait, let me.
I
don't have my notes up, but I need to put that in my notes.
Okay.
Because I asked about it.
That's true.
Okay. While you're pulling up your notes for this, the next question was from the same Stella Cosmister. What Pokemon would you like to see get a regional variant or convergent variant or an evolution? Now that I just read that question in full and didn't skim it, the thought I had was for the Pokemon cast form to have an evolution. That would be cool to see.
You're a big
it
cast form
evolve.
stan.
Yeah, dog. It changes with the weather. That's
I
dope.
really like cast form. The sunny one is my favorite.
I like the rainy one with the big droplet on
It's
the
really
head.
cute.
That's a big
It's
one for
really
me.
cute.
He's good. He's very good.
The only Pokemon that didn't have an evolution that I wanted to have evolution got one in the most recent game, so like I'm good. I don't need anything else in my life. Dunsparce now exists, and there's a long Dunsparce, and that's all I needed in my life. That was it.
Oh.
He's long boy.
I love Squirtle so much. I would love to see. I go back and forth between like fire or fairy type.
Oh, fairy type Squirtle
Like
would be
fairy
so
type
cute.
Squirtle. My God.
That'd be very adorable.
Oh, I know. I would like a water type Ponyta / Rapidash.
That would be
Ooh.
cool. But we got the fairy type Ponyta. Or the psychic type? What type is the other one? There's a new type.
Like a water horse? Is that a movie?
But like,
Yeah, freaking frozen,
like
dude.
a Ponyta made of like sea foam.
That'd be cool. Yeah, Galarian Ponyta is the one with that's a unicorn. But I could see another one that's like water type. That'd be dope.
Oh, another Pokemon I forgot about that I want is Sandygast. That's a cool Pokemon.
Sandygast is cool.
Oh, I really love Marshadow too. Marshadow is so cute.
I literally forgot that this Pokemon existed until you mentioned this just now.
I did too, and I just saw him on a list,
this
and I
is
was
very
like,
cute.
oh my God. I was like, how did I forget?
See, the thing is I never finished Sun and Moon. So a lot of these late Sun and Moon Pokemon do not exist in my brain. I forget about them constantly.
Oh, I'd also like a version of Gyarados that's actually a goddamn dragon.
We don't need it. We don't need it, man. Dragon type overrated. We don't need it.
It infuriates me that neither Charizard or Gyarados are dragons.
What are you talking about?
They fixed that for Charizard.
Yeah,
Did
Charizard
they?
has a dragon form. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Mega Evolution. It turns it into a dragon.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
properly a dragon.
I've never played whatever version had Mega Evolutions.
Also,
Then
took
why
a
are you
big
complaining?
break
You can't complain.
between-
You can't complain if you'll know.
I went from Black and White to Scarlet and Violet. That's how big my
in Scarlet and
Yeah, it
Violet
was.
as well, they did terrestrialization, and the event that gives you a Charizard gives you a dragon type dragon Terra type Charizard. So you can turn it into a dragon type all on your own.
Terratypes don't count.
Oh wow!
And then a follow up to the second question.
Matt, like we're gonna move past that.
What would it take to make said variants or even new Pokemon / Fakemon to work in the system or show up in Unbeatable?
I feel like I need to make a video just showing my process on moving a Pokemon's game stats to the paper stats, because it's really not hard. There's an article that's out right now on the Patreon for those of you who are on the Patreon. It's our core. So we have a series of documents coming out, and I've actually already started prepping this upcoming March ones. Where essentially we're dropping beta documents of some of the rules, and we talk about like core stats in terms of like each Pokemon has like 6 core stats. They're the same stats that are in the game, and basically it's just like best estimations of like, oh well, its highest stat in the game is attack, so that's gonna be its D20 stat. Its lowest stat is gonna be its speed, whatever. And then it's really just like trying to decide how the ability works in the game. It's not necessarily the hardest thing, and it would be super easy to make variants and Fakemon work. I have challenges and things that are statted out that aren't Pokemon for people to fight. Some examples of this is, and this might be slightly spoilers for the
You have to beat up a
players.
car like in Street Fighter between levels.
Well-
My headphones are in my ears. I don't know where I'm going.
That was
That
good.
was great. Matt, you're actually not that far off. I have a lot of like
Vandalism?
No, you know how in the show Team Rocket has like a lot of like robots and stuff that they
Yeah.
need to get.
Oh.
I've got stuff like that statted up using all of the like stats of Pokemon.
Don't unstat them. Take them away.
Like when you
Okay,
have to
I'll
fight Team Star and the last battle is just against their car.
Yeah,
It's
against
a
their
Pokemon.
Yeah, that is also still a Pokemon, but
It's
yeah.
still a Pokemon.
Isn't it like it's powered by a Pokemon, but
Yeah, it
the
is.
outside
yeah.
is just a car.
But yeah, so it would not be hard to add new Pokemon / fake Pokemon into the system, especially if they would use abilities that already exist or moves that already exist. Everything is super modular in how it works.
Wow. Well,
so
boy, howdy. What
to
a great
answer-
answer.
So to answer Stella Cosmos's question of what would it take we'd have to ask Aaron nicely.
Yeah.
That's,
You would have to do that.
Aaron.
Yeah, and no one's done that yet, so, you know.
I don't ask nicely. I just say, Aaron, I want this. Please.
Please.
Okay, great question. So next question comes from Blade Kelly. Do y'all have a estimated date for when the playtest material will be released to your supporters?
Honestly,
So
we
by
don't
y'all-
have...
Aaron, do you have an answer?
Well, so it's less an exact date of when it's going to get released, and it's basically once we've gone over everything in the beta documents, people have flipped through those, kind of gotten an idea of what they look like. That process of turning them into beta documents versus taking the... Guys, how many pages of that Google Doc that I sent you? It was like 20-something pages.
Wait, no, I just had it up. I
least.
just had it. Hang on, I can get it back. I can get it back super fast.
But
keep going.
the
keep going.
process of turning it into beta documents to release to people has made it a lot easier for me to organize all of my notes and get it more to the point where I'm going to be more comfortable releasing things. So basically,
33.
once something has
33.
been 33, fuck me.
33 pages.
That's just 33 pages of rules. Once something
Yeah, it
has
doesn't
been
even include the Pokemon.
put in the beta documents, it's most likely entering my more finalized note section for playtest materials. So basically, it's just however long the beta documents take to get through the 33 pages. We're getting to the point where it's about 2 to 4 pages per beta document. If there's 33 pages of rules, maybe a year till like playtest is fully out. I can see us going much faster or slower than that, depending on life. But I would say maximum a year. Probably sooner. I'm gonna have a lot more like things done soon. I've been making a lot of progress on all of that. I think the biggest issue though, and I think the others can agree with me because I've mentioned to them about this before, is that
wholeheartedly
I
agree.
don't want to release beta documents that have anything actually Pokemon listed on them. I don't want
need to remove all that stuff.
Yeah, essentially it's going to be a genericized system. So instead of Pokeball, it'll say things like capture vessel. Instead of Pokemon, it'll say like monster. Because,
Battle monster.
Yeah, battle monster
Bag
or something.
monster.
Because I
Digimon.
don't
Nope,
want
can't do
to
that.
accidentally put something out that will get me in trouble with a large corporation like Nintendo who famously hates fan games. Especially because it's something that I do eventually want to at some point recoup the amount of time and effort I've spent in hopefully monetary value. So
Nintendo, if you could just love us, that would be great.
that'd be
please.
awesome. But yeah, so in terms of the timeline, it's basically whenever the beta documents finish up.
I do want to say,
Fantastic.
I just pulled up your Google Doc that you have that you've templated out a ton of Pokemon. I don't know how many Pokemon are on here. It's 173 pages.
Yeah, I feel like I can condense that a lot. There's a lot of empty space on each Pokedex entry. But yeah, it is
Only because you haven't filled it out yet.
That's true. That's true. And I've only statted out, basically it's a page per Pokemon, or a little less than. So it's like, it's a lot of pages.
Fantastic. Next question comes from EB Games. Will you be posting early access episodes at 3 on Saturdays, or will it be changed on Patreon? Those on YouTube watching, get to the Patreon so you can be a part of this question.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. Currently, at the moment, all episodes everywhere go up at 2:30 p.m. PST, unless Aaron fucks it up and it goes up the Saturday before or after, or it goes up at the wrong time. The intended time is 2:30 p.m. PST on Saturdays. That's the intended time.
I feel like you're having an adverse reaction to this question.
No,
Take
it's
a
the
breath.
COVID. It's
Take
the
a breath.
COVID in my life.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Great. Last question comes from Mike Bennick.
Benink.
And they say, when will the player character sheets and Pokemon character sheets be available for champion tiers?
Well, Mike Benink, you asked this question before I posted it, and I forgot to respond to you in text form. So
you get a whole video.
Yeah, you get a whole response. You get a whole response.
I hope you stuck through the whole video.
Yeah, you
We're
definitely
talking
did. Mike
directly to you,
Benink.
Ben.
Yeah, we're
Like, how's your day going?
Benink?
yeah.
Doing good?
Hope you've
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Benink. Mike.
Mike, we're talking to you specifically.
This has all been
those
for
go
you.
up
This whole video.
basically.
Call it the
The
Mike
goal
Minute.
is to put it up like
60 whole seconds.
the Okay, wait. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna. My brain has lost words.
No, don't worry. Hey, Mike has all the time.
Mike has all the time. So
Mike's been living this video.
The goal is to put up those character sheets in the off week that we take off every month. So essentially, the fourth weekend of every month. That's our break from editing and releasing stuff. And the goal is to update them every time we hit that. So now I've gotten to the point where I'm tracking everybody's character sheets. I have versions that are cleaned up, because certain people like to customize their sheets a little bit, but it makes it kind of disorganized to read. I didn't call you out, but you called yourself out just now.
Yeah, no one would have known. No one would have known unless you did that whole.
Mike, back me up, okay?
But the first set of those is actually already up, where I uploaded everybody's character sheets and each of the Pokemon that they had at the release of episode 11, is what I believe it was. Though those sheets look hella different now. All I'm saying. Anyway,
we have been moving and grooving stuff. We love you, Mike. Thank you so much.
Oh, my throat.
Thanks, Mike. This has been the Mike Minute. If you want to have your own minute, be the last person on this list in the Q&A videos. And you get your whole designated minute to yourself. But I believe that's all the questions for this February Q&A video. So we're going to wrap it up. And if you're on YouTube watching this, go to Patreon and you could ask a question and you could have your own minute. You could pay to have your own minute at the end of a video if you just, get chosen at the end.
You can't pay.
You can't pay. That's not correct.
Well, you pay.
No, you can pay me. Just let me know. DM me on
Twitter. There's a cost of entry, but after that, it's just luck.
I will say as well, for those of you who are not on the Patreon, who obviously, if you can't contribute, that is totally okay. You being here watching our stuff is great. I did scan through our YouTube and Twitter to look for any questions I hadn't already answered via text form, and I didn't find anything that was substantial. But if you ask questions there is a chance it'll make it into one of these videos if we have a light month, if people don't have a ton of questions asked particularly. So there's always still a chance if you just go ahead and ask your questions on YouTube and Twitter. And also on Spotify, because people weirdly enough comment on our Spotify.
You can leave comments.
You can comment on Spotify?
That's what I said, but on our Anchor, it's oh yeah, this person responded, and they're like, yo, we love Weedle. More Weedle scenes.
Oh, you just wait. We recorded
more
one.
coming.
Oh yeah! No spoilers. Oh my god.
You got a long wait until you get it, but it's coming.
It's gonna be a minute.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
But until then, everybody, let's stay unbeatable at the same time. It's not going to be the same time because we're not in sync or anything. But we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Stay unbeatable. Right?
Stay unbeatable.
Or we go 1, 2, 3. Stay
unbeatable.
Stay unbeatable.
Get it? That makes sense.
Wait.
Let's do that last one I did. Okay, so I'm going to say, and don't forget to stay
unbeatable.
Unbeatable.
We did it. Bye, guys.